Welcome to my first impressions of Men of War. As always, there's a few things we need to clear up before we get started. The developer did notify me that this game was having a playtest this weekend. I feel that's important for you to know. However, I have been following this game for quite some time. Next, this channel generally focuses on more niche, more hardcore games within this already niche genre. So our playstyle is more methodical, more realistic in quotes, as we try and implement military strategy, tactics, and doctrine into our play style. That's really important for you to know, as our perspectives may not align. So this video is going to talk about maybe the possibility of a live service model. We're going to discuss some of the settings. We're going to dive into the gameplay, and then we're also going to take a look at some of the tutorials. So if we navigate to this cog icon up in this upper left-hand corner and we start with graphics, here's all the things that you can change. You can add and remove grass. That's important to know because it can kind of be GPU or CPU intensive. You'll also note that you can change some of the graphic settings right here, like texture detail from maximum quality to maximum performance. As you see, I am running an NVIDIA 3080, and this is my current resolution, 1176 by 664. Please don't make fun of me too much. And then you can change your CPU usage. Under sound, as always, there's banging music, but it's currently muted. That's important to know because people on YouTube like to copyright channels for having music. Under game, there's a lot under game. I want to point that out, but overall, we're not going to go too much into this game menu. Controls is where things get a bit wild. You can remap all your hotkeys. So if we want to get remap forward from W, we click these three dots and we say A. It warns us. We can say S. It warns us. And then if we actually want to do just click on one of these right here, we can actually change Alt Shift and kind of just modify it to all kinds of crazy ways. The UI is kind of a bit weird because it brings up different arrows, different menus. And then if we hit S right there, we can say Alt for stance down. Oh, that's how we do stance down, page down. Some of the controls are a bit weird. I don't play a lot of the Men of War games. That's really important to know. So I'm not used to a lot of the controls and where they're mapped. And then we have package and online mode. Obviously, we can filter out the matchmaking region if we wanted to. Next, we're going to go over here to Learn. Learn, you have units and you have tutorials. I think the first thing we need to take a look at is tutorials. I'm 22% finished. One of the weird things is they're locked out. That's never fun. Please don't lock things. Like, locking things isn't fun. How many times have you walked up to something you want to get in and there's a lock on it and you're like, wow, this is going to be a good time, you know? So I would like these to be unlocked because some people they like, oh, the controls are really useful, but they may not understand armor piercing. So I think from the perspective of a new player, everyone's going to dive in. They may or may not do the tutorial, but they're obviously going to go to skirmish mode and they're going to click on a bunch of buttons. And they'll probably learn themselves like the basic spawning of troops, the basic controls. And then they go, I don't really understand fortifications. And then they're going to come down here and be like, wow, I need to play 1, 2, 3, 4 tutorials in order to get to fortifications. It's just something to make note of. And I'm also sick, guys, so you're going to hear coughing. I apologize, but that's just what it is. Under units, let's click on units. You're going to see there's like these gold. I guess these are collectibles or something like that. If we hover over them, they're like, if it lets me. Collectible unit, I'm not sure what that means. And it also says bought with bonds. So I'll show you something later once we get to it. So there's crates, all different types of vehicles. Some of these vehicles, generally in my opinion, tend to be a bit expensive. Also, there's advantages and disadvantages. I guess an advantage is small. I feel like this needs a lot of work, these advantages and disadvantages, because they kind of feel like pointless to me. Like, oh yes, low travel speed, that is a disadvantage. Low survivability, obviously a disadvantage. But low explosive damage, that's something I would like to know. Towed gun, small, fast recharge, don't really know. But I feel like all of that could be just like captured in a graph. I hope that makes sense. So like you put a graph right here, you have like speed, explosive, damage, things like that. I don't know. I know that's not going to happen, but that's just what I wanted to point out. And then this plus button expands these things. I don't know why they opted for a plus button to expand. I feel like a down arrow would have sufficed. But because I thought, oh, we add more vision? But you don't actually add anything. I think it just expands the options. Oh, and then add. Not quite sure. And then we go out of this menu to multiplayer. Here's all these objectives. I I haven't really completed them. So here you go, completion reward, 20 bond units, different types of graphics, battalions unlocked, 100 bond units. So obviously you're earning a form of currency as you play this game, which is weird because I feel like the Men of War series is more PvE based. I know there's a PvP community, but I feel like it's more PvE based. But I don't know. Then here we have our general reputation and rating. What I wanted to show you was this league. So there is a bit of ranked gameplay that will come to this game. And as you see, you unlock things, and you also get a secondary currency known as bonds. Let's go back to multiplayer. Let's go to our player versus player. Let's select what we want to be. We want to be the 1st Tank Regiment. I also feel like a lot of things are really general in this game. Like, they're very, very generalized. And you'll see that as we go on. Cancel. Why are we going? Lobby. We need to go to lobby. A lot of things are really generalized. So we need to create our own lobby. So this is how you play PvE. And we need to instantly lock down this lobby. You have 2 spectator slots, and you have settings. Under settings, you can restrict it. You can say password protected. You can have difficulty overall, but battalions visible, AI, game mode, front line. Don't really know too much about the game modes and environment as well as the map. Let's go to Bazarville, and let's just go password yes, and let's just type a password. ASD. When I hit save, I just don't want people creeping in. Then we start assigning things. So let's just close a bunch of slots. Let's just close 2 of these. Right-click, close. Right-click, close. Right, so now it's going to be a general 3 versus 3. We go select AI. They're going to be the USSR. Oh, we do not want him level 4. We're going to put them actually all at level 2. Remove bot. And overall, this is like really tedious in my opinion. I don't know why it feels so tedious, but the game feels slow. Right there. It feels like really slow. I don't know if you guys agree with me. If you're watching and it looks like it feels slow, we're going to choose that slot. I said, no, we want this open. Open that slot. So let's open that slot. We're going to take this slot. There that goes. We're going to go to this next one. And then we're going to select our AI. And these guys are going to be America versus the Eastern Bloc. We're all going to be the same. You're going to be level 3. It's weird that you can go down to level 2 and the other guys can't go down to level 2. Regardless, that's just what's going on is that YouTube gamer voice where everything just like drops an octave. Oh, what's going on here? What's going on here? All right, so we have our AIs assigned. We're level 3 for our AI capability, and these guys are level 2. Select troops. Obviously, we're going to be the 1st Tank Regiment, and this is what I mean. Like everything's just like really generalized. And we're going to click select, and then we're going to hit ready to start the game. I really wish these would like highlight. Like it feels like something doesn't work right here. Like it's like not selecting for some reason. So we go back to teams and we go back to ready. And I know this works because I've done it before, but we're just fighting with it now because I'm recording. So we had to deselect it and reselect it. That's what happened right there. So for some reason we had to click off and click back on. Obviously you can edit the regiment, and this is where you find your secondary currency. Right here you have your war bonds as well as your hover over it. It doesn't tell you what it is, but it's just called silver. All right, so you have war bonds and you have silver. And then you kind of get to see like the prices of everything. So like 590, 580, 680, 610. Everything's really expensive in my opinion. So let's click ready. And I just feel like a lot of these menus can be improved. So we had to click ready, and then we have to hit start game. And then we presented with a wonderful load screen. Absolutely beautiful load screen. So while we're waiting to start the server and dive in, if you guys enjoy the content, make sure you leave a like, comment, subscribe, even though a lot of you are going to click off this point and try and find where the gameplay starts. But if you're still here, like, comment, subscribe. Now we're presented with a second load menu, and it's going to actually load this time. So you have to connect to the server, and you have to load into the game. I do have this installed on an M.2 NVMe right now, so that's really important to note. I would like to do some like cool little PvP hosted spectator scenarios. Capture some cool gameplay. So we're spawning, we're at 49%. And we're just waiting for it to load. I'm not going to say anything important in this menu because a lot of people click off at this point and try and jump forward. So we're just going to sit and wait together while it really slowly loads all of a sudden. It feels like a lifetime, like we entered a different dimension. 70, 71, let's go, let's go. I don't know why it's taking so long. It's never taking, there it goes. All right. Now here we go. Like I said, I don't know if I mentioned it in this recording or the previous ones, but when you mute things, for some reason, it mutes that headquarters. And then you kind of don't really understand your starting position. So let's just start right here. That's obviously we need our M3A1. I kind of want to showcase the Sherman for you because the Sherman's like a suicidal death machine last time I used it. Ooh, that is really, really loud. All right, so we're gonna work over here to ABC. We're gonna continue to navigate forward. So you have two different things right here. If you look at this box right here on this right-hand side, you have fuel, which is represented with these railroad tracks, and then you have like 6 out of 15. That's how many like players you can have on the battlefield, or their cost for them to be on the battlefield. So like I said before, you can't control one anything, which is a super duper super bummer. So let's continue to navigate forward. Let's get everyone on the way. Do not be really careful with your tanks. They just love friendly fire. They love friendly fire, and they love running over my troops. So you always need to keep them a good distance away. I don't know if people think that's a lot of fun or if that's more realistic or anything like that, but that's what we're going to do. So we have our first hostile over there. We're going to try and target him. It seems like we're pushing northeast, so let's try and reassert ourselves to northwest. We need to cross this ditch right here. We need to be really, really, really careful. And like I said right there before, remember how I said these tanks are like suicidal death machines? I'm also a little bummed that these guys don't... Alright, please stop. Alright, stop, stop. Stop moving forward. Just engage from your distance. Just engage. And I wish there was a reverse button. My dude, turn around and engage. So lately it seems like, I don't know if I clicked something by accident, but the tanks seem to be just really homicidal lately. Just full on charging the objectives, being absolute madmen. Yes, sir. Let's continue to push forward. And maybe that's because I'm playing wrong. Alright, we do have a bit of crossfire going on right here. Let's try and airstrike these guys with our P-51 Mustang. We're going to watch that. And I think this aircraft's going to get changed in the future because it's so fast if I actually call in the airstrike. So, like, watch. I don't know how that is in PvP. And now he's going to, like, take his time. Oh, no. Boom. There you go. Cool little airstrike on that spot. And I should not have clicked on that. Oh, we have lots of nonsense going on over here in this right-hand corner. Can we get our tank back? We absolutely can. So let's provide some fire support over there on that westerly side. There's really no cover, and we're kind of having a terrible time, but we actually need to focus on our own problems. So let's just try and attack. F5. My dudes, turn and face. I kind of want to pull them back. I think that's much better. Get out of that position. It doesn't look like it's providing them much cover. Once our tank's back up here and online, which we're currently waiting for, we will have him come and join the fight. And I accidentally think I got him. He's right here. Look at that fast dude. So here we're going to engage this machine gun. Hopefully, and see, like sometimes they're not like maniacs. So now he's like functioning perfectly normal. So all we did was we asked him to engage that machine gun. And instead of driving at it like a complete maniac, he actually shot at it from a distance, which is really, really useful for us. Which is what I wanted him to do initially. So we're going to switch sides. These guys can't really do too much. We're going to try and get them into position. So I wonder if we go shift. Do we have control of them? We do. Can we chain orders? You're going to see some maniacness right here in a minute. So let's see what we have. So we continue to hammer away on that machine gun. I wonder, let's push forward up to this tree line. Here's our, oh god, don't run our guys over. There we go. Let's go to our next, let's bound forward to some more cover. Alright, we don't want them right there because they're getting shot from several different angles. As you see, there is a bit of fire over here on this right-hand side. So we could support them with some airstrikes if that's something we really wanted to do. But that's not something we want to do. Right? Right? Or do we? Put an airstrike way in that back line. See what happens. Alright, let's take a look. We're kind of creating a little bulge right here. Always a good time. Let's continue bounding forward. And good little airstrike on that fortified position. So that's providing a bit of fire support for our units. And like I said, I'd rather have the ability to hit Control 1, but I know this game's different than the other games. Who just got blown up? Alright, here comes the mortar fire. That's something we need to be aware of. We're going to go into these stone buildings. This tank's going to move forward, see what he can identify. These guys need to insta-fall back. They're under heavy artillery fire. Let's just see what we can do. Do we have another airstrike on standby? 15 seconds. We have absolutely nothing, but we are engaging them with our tank. Let's zoom in. There you go. Tear them up. Tear them up. Bit of a rough start, but now things are working like normal. Every once in a while, the tanks just turn into maniacs. All right, we're all just taking cover in this building. I think that's really important. Let's try and get rid of that guy as well. Engage him. What's this guy doing? Alright, so he's no longer with us. That guy's no longer with us. He got airborne, man, like a turret toss. And now he's dismembered. Alright, our guy over here on this left-hand side is generally struggling. Let's get this last little fortified position. Whoa, look at that. That makes no sense. And we just crashed into him. That's pretty cool. I like that. Catch you later, nerd. Alright, why are they just... What are these guys doing? I guess they don't see me, so they're just, like, running at me like a madman. And this is where, like, the reverse button is. Where is the reverse button? We could have just reversed, but I know if we, like, hit the back button, it really causes a lot of problems for us. Let's go 2. Let's get this Sherman online. The Sherman's so dope. Airstrike right there. Alright, we easily eliminated that unit. This guy needs a lot of help over here, but he ain't gonna get it. And get another set of riflemen. Let's see if we can start doing something with these riflemen in here. I would like for them to engage, but more than likely we're going to have to do... Oh, is that our Sherman? Welcome to the party, my dude. Let's see. All right, so this Sherman's on a suicidal rampage right now. All right, there we go. Let's push forward. No real line of sight. We're doing absolutely fantastic. Let's go check on this guy right here, right? What's the holdup over here? You need like a good little airstrike? Let's see what we have. What happens if I call this in for you? Let's watch that airstrike real quick. We're going to take our eyes off our battlefield and help this guy out. Look at that. All right. Interesting. Interesting. Not super graphically intense, but what can you do? How do we dismount you guys? Get out of that building. All right. And we are doing really good. Let's cross this... Come on, I just airstruck that place for you. You gotta stand on your own sometimes. Engage that guy right there. Hall Pierce. He must have an ATR. Moving up, continuing to press forward. Push forward, get out of there. Oh, and that's what I wanted to talk about. So let's get out of that. If you issue, like, click a lot of commands, like issue, like watch the guys. They start doing a funky little dance. So you can't really spam click anything, and we don't really have vision up here. So I don't really want to. And you got to be careful because these tanks will just straight up drive through these buildings. So you need to be really, really careful. Can I just have this guy? I don't know what that means, but just go away. Let's get our more riflemen. I would like these guys to have smokes, but they don't. Alright, so watch us just drive this. So what we see there is an anti-tank weapon system. We need that destroyed. We can't really progress anywhere. And it seems like when these guys are in this building, you can't do anything with them. They don't shoot out. They don't really do anything. Here's that bomb. Alright, so this tank's going to go around this flank. And we're going to start pushing forward. Please do not drive through the building. Thank you, kind sir. And he drove through the building. Let's go. Let's get out of this building. Let's go to the next building. Let's push forward. The Sherman's doing so dope. Go, Sherman, go. And you can control. Oh, whoa, 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 whoa. Go, 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 go. Just like that, a whole platoon of men just wiped off this face of the earth. Just one bad move right there. Prepare to attack. Alright, get off my screen. And like right now we have like a... Now this is just when he goes absolutely crazy. Like what's he doing right here? No one told you to run that guy over. So I'm not quite sure why he did that. I can't really speak to as why that was a good maneuver for him. And now we have no Sherman tank because they randomly said, let's just leave this. We're no longer long for this world. And that one mistake we did right here, we basically lost our whole fighting force. Just due to one anti-tank cannon and then one Sherman just going, I don't care about life. So let's get a Sherman back online. Let's get a rifle platoon back online. We have, once they're both up here, we will begin coordinating an assault. I don't know why this guy's suffering so much. I can't really provide him with any fire support at this moment in time. I can, however, do that right there. What's going on with you? Oh, we got one guy. He made it. So once our other two units are... That might have been a waste, but whatever. You know what? Air power, baby. Air power. Look at this guy just like driving through buildings. The destruction's really cool. Oh, I took a hit. Can we... Alright, we need to attack that objective. We really have no direction to that objective. Does this guy have like a smoke launcher? Drop off crew. Can like units ride tanks? Oh my god. No, 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 no. Don't go forward. What air power do we have? We're in a terrible location. We have nothing standing in our way. You need to stay where you are. Where's our infantry? Oh god. You guys. They need to be microed so much. Where's that airstrike? Come on. Come on. There it is. Outstanding. Air power. So we have a bit of a nonsense going on right here. Let's see. Oh, right there. A little fortification. Hull pierce. Main gun damage. Hull pierce. We're getting shot from the right too. Or that left. Where we're at. You guys got to get out of here. That Sherman, there's so many like anti-tank. Like look at this terrain change. So this, it instantly changes how we play this battle, right? Or in my opinion. This is an instant change. So we have like this massive open terrain, no real way to like recon it. So we just go, the attack is over, time to defend. I wish there was an X. I want to get rid of that screen. So we're going to go back in this stone building. I don't know how we're going to really penetrate that area right now. Two of our guys aren't doing much of anything. And for some reason, there's an M2. Can you please shoot that guy? Like, for some reason, There's all kinds of AT guns in our behind our front lines, which I find really strange. I don't really like that. I don't like AT guns being behind our front lines. So, and it looks like they continue to move AT guns up. Now, remember how we destroyed all of those? They're just like, welcome back, guys. So now we're just refighting for the territory that we once had. We're going to wait for that airstrike. That's going to clear some of this up, and we're going to hit them with some artillery. Overall, the friendly AI seems to struggle a bit. I don't even see any of them on the battlefield. All right, let's see how that works. That guy, for some reason, is damaged. Where is our infantry squad I thought we called in? Let's get rid of them. We're just going to take out that house. I think taking out that house is completely necessary. Are we disabled? How do we repair? Shift R repair. So for absolutely no reason, they're shooting around that building. There's our AI. Welcome to the party. Let's see how powerful this tank is. This M4A3E2. So we really like stalled out right here. And why aren't you up in the battle? What are you doing? Dude just had like line of sight all the way to the field from where he was at. So we have another defensive bunker, so it feels like we're just grinding through defenses. That's fine, I guess. No airstrike available. Dang. About this guy. How many? We got one left of him. That sucks because that's our main. So what do we do? So we have anti-tank over there, anti-tank over there. Our main anti-tank. We're running out of our main way we deal with anti-tank, which sucks. So we should easily be able to deal with a lot of these guys, but now we need to micro a lot of these tanks. And we're right back at it. So let's route. Now we need to drive through 1, 2, 3, 4. Please don't move forward. My lord. Why is there an anti-tank gun on my flank? This is nonsense. Why are you moving forward? You can just rotate your gun and shoot, but you feel super necessary to charge them. That feels really like bugged out to me. All right. Now we can kind of, and there's another anti-tank gun. How many anti-tank guns do we have here? I feel like I'm just fighting the anti-tank army. So please stop moving forward. You just need to rotate your gun. Another anti-tank gun. Another fortification. Please destroy him. Don't need to move forward. All right, where's our fourth tank? So we are well behind the front lines, but are we spawn killing right now? Why aren't we moving forward? Why is our front line not progressing? These guys really seem to be having a hard time over here, and we're getting like encircled right now, so I guess we fall back. All right, goodbye, guys. So we're falling back for some unknown reason. I'm not sure why we're falling back. I guess maybe we're supposed to be defending or some nonsense. Don't really know. But we do have 3 wonderful tanks. And for some reason, there's just an amalgam of infantry sitting right here for no reason that somehow destroyed 2 of my tanks. So I guess that's worth noting. So for no reason, the AI has penetrated my front lines, encircled me, destroyed 2 of my tanks. Two of my friendly AIs are completely or fairly incompetent, which is fine, just like I'm in PvP. There's no reverse, and we're just refortifying our front line. And then there's one of those random guns that are just shooting us from absolutely nowhere. Please get on the other side of this hill. So if you double click, that's frustrating. All right, I feel like we've played a fair amount to provide our first impressions. I think we are well within the realm of being okay for first impressions. So, what do I think initially? Let's just go with it. The maps, the destructibility, all the gameplay, really cool. I don't understand why the tanks suddenly go like kamikaze on me. Sometimes they work really, really, really well. Other times they just charge belligerently towards the enemy. And I think that needs to be looked at. I don't understand why the AI completely went around my main front that I was attacking. So we basically had to retrace our ground. And now that it looks like the AI is finally spawning in units. So I don't know why they chose to stop during our main assault and do absolutely nothing for a period of like 5 minutes, it seemed like. I was the only one asserting dominance. So like, see, like right now, we have no issue like highlighting a unit and targeting it. He's like shooting from far away. And maybe that's like a line of sight issue that I don't understand. I'm like more than willing to accept something that I don't understand. We're all out of airstrikes, so we didn't really prioritize those as well as we should have. The fog of war leaves a little bit to be desired, and this guy just continues to hammer away at nothing. Destructibility is cool. Overall, they shot down my aircraft. The heck? I guess there's anti-air in this game. Goodbye, airplane. That was cool. Menus, don't like the hints of live service, honestly. I'm not a big user of, like, I know there's like a control unit mode. You can create some fun scenarios where you just like manually control these units. I don't do that very often or really at all. It looks like there's cool little formations. Don't know how to use the formations because I don't know how to get units in a group. So that's something we need to look at. I don't know why there's a plus sign right there. And then beyond all of that, it's a fun game. I can see myself having a lot of fun in PvE with it. I've had fun with Men of War Assault Squad before, so it is a good little game to kind of lose yourself in. I'm a little frustrated at the lack of response. It seems like the AI, it goes like really good one time and then really bad one time, so it's kind of swapping. So overall, we need to go and help this AI because he's just trickling troops in one at a time, and he needs to create a front. Not big on PvP, not big on the rumored live service. Overall, a good game. A good play test. I'm glad it didn't crash or lag. Not a big fan of the tanks running over their own units. Honestly, I'm not going to lie at all. That bothers me a little bit. That's the video, guys. Peace.